And welcome back to Bookmaker. I'm Pat Williams with Todd Furman. We're going to talk about the Monday Night Football matchup. Before that, let me remind you, you can check the current lines anytime, any place on your smartphone or other mobile device at bookmaker.eu, where it's always free to open an account. Todd, the TV executives have to be happy. They've got Atlanta hosting Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos, both teams coming off impressive Week 1 victories.
More importantly, both teams come off impressive Week 1 covers for those gamblers so inclined. We look at this game, and you have to see the quarterback matchups as being the focal point. Matt Ryan, we've heard quite a bit about him taking that next step. He has plenty of talented weapons in Atlanta. We already know what Peyton Manning can do. He quieted the doubters awfully fast on Sunday night, and we'll have to see if he can do it again in a hostile environment.
All right, let's look at these numbers. We've got Atlanta -3, minus $1.20. The total right now sitting at 51, a 2-point move off the 49-point opener.
I agree with this move on the total. You talk about two dynamic offenses and defenses with a ton of question marks. You have climate control conditions at the Georgia Dome. We know both these offenses will want to put on a show. When you talk about the sideline movement, though, we're going to draw a little bit of Broncos money I'd anticipate from the general betting public, although you're going to hear a different side from the wise guys who are awfully reluctant to fade Atlanta at home.
All right, let's talk about Peyton Manning briefly. It didn't appear to me, and I watched the game twice, that he's prepared, or maybe the offense is not really set up for him to throw the ball down the field. You take away that 71-yard bubble screen to Thomas, he only threw for 180 yards.
I think there's going to be an adjustment period for Peyton Manning to get used to Demaryius Thomas as his deep threat. The one knock on Thomas coming out of Georgia Tech was he wasn't a proven route runner, and you don't have to be in an option offense. Obviously, that's not the case when you're playing with Peyton Manning. You saw his reliance on Jacob Tamme and Brandon Stokely, two receivers he's very familiar with in the past. I think we'll see a lot of that up until Demaryius Thomas gets on the same page.
All right, this Broncos team willing and able to run the football, but in Week 1, I can't say the same for the Atlanta Falcons.
This is a Falcons team right now who's going through a changing of the guard in their backfield. Michael Turner, 11 carries, 32 yards. I'm not sure he gives them their best chance to keep a defense honest. You look at Jaquiz Rodgers, who's still grasping the NFL, but he's a scat-back type who can catch balls out of the backfield and maybe a much better fit for what Atlanta is trying to do in the passing game.
All right, we have to talk about it. Atlanta and Matt Ryan, when he starts at home, pretty impressive numbers.
You can't argue with what this kid's been able to accomplish. Atlanta, an awfully daunting home field advantage for some of the opponents. I know Denver, a huge beneficiary of the Rocky Mountain Air a week ago as Peyton Manning ran that no-huddle and kept Pittsburgh's defense gassed. I still have plenty of questions about Atlanta's defense, but I don't on their offensive side.
He's Todd Furman. I'm Pat Williams. Good luck on your selections. Monday Night Football action. We'll see you right back here at Bookmaker.